Once upon a time, in a faraway land, I awoke to find that a render of the raptor from Jurassic Park Rebirth had been released. It was today, and it was here. Not only was the official render released, but Marco had released his own version of the render as well. And he gave me a great idea. Make a custom Hammond Collection Jurassic World Rebirth Raptor. As I considered the prospect of making another Hammond Collection Raptor, I got another message suggesting the same thing from someone else. So we're gonna do it. First things first, grab a spare Hammond Collection Raptor. Now we're gonna dunk him in some very hot water so we can remove the original head and feet. Once he's sufficiently warmed up, we pull him out of the drink and just pop off the feet and head. For this next part, we're going to use the Marco Makes Jurassic Park 3 male replacement Velociraptor head and the replacement Velociraptor feet. I put hot glue in the sockets of the replacement parts. You don't have to, but I like to do it. To make things a little bit easier on myself, I'm going to paint the inside of the mouth before I glue the head to the replacement neck. And to do that, I use my favorite inside of the mouth color, classic caramel mixed with a little bit of metallic red. Once I'm happy with the inside of the mouth, we glue the replacement head onto the neck with a little bit of super glue. Now for the fun part, we're going to base coat this guy dark gray. Dark gray ought to work for covering up the original green, and then we'll just dry brush some country gray over it to lighten it. Once I've got him light enough for my taste, we're going to go ahead and airbrush a little bit of counter shading, and we're going to use my favorite dinosaur counter shading color, Warm Buff. Once the counter shading is out of the way, we can get into the patterns. I lucked out with this one. The patterns are pretty straightforward vertical stripes. So I just mark out the spacing for those stripes and then drag them down from the dorsal. I used black for this because we're going to do a few more layers of paint and I want those stripes to shine through a bit. I doubt Jurassic World Rebirth has lopsided dinosaurs, so we're going to do both sides. Now to shake things up a little bit, I'll do a little bit of dry brushing on the raptor's feet, and I'm using black for this too. I also decided to dry brush the thighs, because I felt like it. Because the Jurassic World Rebirth Raptor seems to be a very pale gray, we're going to go ahead and airbrush some country gray mixed with white over the entire thing, and that should give it a more pale, ghosty appearance. And well, it does seem to be getting a pale and ghosty appearance, but it looks like I'm obscuring the stripes a little bit more than I want to. We'll deal with that later. Let's start on the snoot colors. We're going to start with yellow. Once the yellow's in place, I'll do a little bit of orange over that. And then finally, we'll finish the snout up with a touch of red. Very sunsetty. I'd call it good, but there's a bit of blue under the eye as well. We're going to start with sky blue. And then I'll add just a little bit of Admiral Blue as we get closer to the center of the eye socket. Alright, yippee, the face is done. Now let's fix those stripes. I'm going to airbrush over the stripes with dark granite just to bring them out a little bit more, but still keep them a little on the ghosty pale side. Well, the airbrush stripes are okay. I wanted them a little bit more defined. So I added just a touch of pavement, and I'm going in and doing those with a toothpick just to sharpen them a little bit. Now we're going to add the eyeball with some King's Gold and help this raptor to see. He's also got some quills, so I guess we'll go ahead and paint those too. I'm just going to use a little bit of antique parchment for this. We'll just add the pupils to finish off those eyeballs. Nice. Now, because it's a raptor, it has claws. Lots of them. So we'll go ahead and paint those with the same gloss black we used for the pupil. Now we'll just add a little bit of gray to the quills, and this raptor is looking ferocious.